Hello, everybody. Welcome to the concluding week of the semester. This is the last time I'll be coming to you. I know you're probably all really sad. Oh no, what are we going to do without these weekly screencasts from Brother Chadwick? But I'm sure you'll do just wonderfully. It's been a good semester. I just wanted to take a few minutes here at the conclusion of the course to reiterate something I've been talking about all semester in these screencasts and in the course itself, and that I hope you've been thinking about too, and that's the power of language and being responsible with our language use. In September of 1832, there was an editorial published in the Evening and the Morning Star. You can see that right here, actually. It was called Writing Letters. A lot of times it's attributed to Joseph Smith. It was actually written by W. Phelps and later attributed to Joseph Smith. So it, in a sense, it comes through his approval, etc. W. Phelps wrote a lot about the theology of Mormonism and a lot of good things, and a lot of that comes out in this, the relationship between the gospel and language, the gospel vision of language that I've been talking about all semester. I just wanted to share this with you in my final screencast of the semester to give you something to walk away from the course with, something to think about as you move forward into your life. In academia and beyond that. But here we have writing letters. The art of writing is one of the greatest blessings we enjoy. To cultivate it is our duty, and to use it our privilege. By these means the thoughts of the heart can act without the body, and the mind can speak without the head, while thousands of miles apart and for ages after the flesh has moldered back to its mother dust. Well, just imagine that. That's kind of some vivid imagery there about that our language endures beyond our lives, and it can endure beyond our lives. Anyway, beloved reader, have you ever reflected on this simple, this useful, this heavenly blessing? It's one of the best gifts of God to man and woman, and it's the privilege of man and woman to enjoy it. By writing, the word of the Lord has been handed to the inhabitants of the earth from generation to generation. By writing, the inventions and knowledge of men have been received age after age for the benefit of the world. By writing, the transactions of life, like the skies over the ocean, are spread out upon the current of time for the eyes of the rising multitudes to look upon. Just imagine that again. Look at that soaring imagery. That language expands beyond us. It does things beyond what we intend it to do. It fills our lives around us. If you just think about that, it's an expansive power that we have, this language. Now, this editorial goes on to talk about some of the dangerous things that come through language, but a little further down, I'll come back into it here. He talks about our responsibility as disciples of the blessed Jesus. He says, we are bound by every consideration that makes religion a blessing to the inhabitants of the earth. While we see this exalted privilege of language use abused to set a more noble example. Now just think about that a minute. That we are privileged, we are bound to set a more noble example with our language use than those who abuse language. To do our business, he continues, in a more sacred way, and as servants of the Lord that would be approved in all things, hide no fault of our own, nor cover any imperfection in others. Neither offend, lest we bring a reproach upon the great cause of our Holy Father. To me, that means we should be responsible with our words. We should serve with our words. We should lift, we should heal, we should edify. We should do all the things that I've talked about and reiterated this semester. That we should be responsible language users, and we can, and that as we are, we can be a great blessing to the people around us, and to ourselves, and to God, and the building of His kingdom. Because Zion is built upon, in one sense, language, our words, the Word of God. Now just keep that in mind as you turn off everything for the break. You move back into your lives and your families. Think about how the words you use influence others. That is my witness to you, that there is power and influence in language, and that we should always use it responsibly.